Imagine waking up on your 70th birthday feeling a little uncertain about what lies ahead. You've lived a full life so far, seen trends come and go, watched children grow, managed a career or two, maybe even retired once or twice. And now you're wondering if the best days are behind you. Then you come across something truly remarkable. Scientists worldwide are racing to uncover the secrets of longevity, and new findings suggest it's not too late to add more healthy, vibrant years to your life, even past 70. Exciting, right? Today, we're diving into 7 groundbreaking scientific discoveries that could help you live to 100 and beyond while still feeling strong and engaged. The beauty of these discoveries is that they're not just for biologists in white coats. They're for you and me, regular folks who want a better quality of life. Ready to explore the keys to a healthier, longer future? Stick with me, because we'll walk through these insights one by one, keeping them simple and practical. By the end, you'll have 7 new tools in your personal longevity toolbox and a clearer idea of how to put them to good use. Before we jump in, let me reassure you, this isn't about turning your life upside down. You won't need fancy machines, strange potions, or a lab in your basement. These scientific findings can become part of your daily routine with small, consistent steps. After all, lasting change is usually about small efforts that add up over time. So let's begin with something we can all understand: how your cells age and what you can do about it. First, the power of telomeres. Little caps, big impact. Picture the end of a shoelace, the plastic tip that keeps the lace from fraying. Now imagine each of your cells has something similar called telomeres at the end of its DNA strands. These telomeres act like protective caps. Every time a cell divides, a telomere gets a bit shorter. Once it's too short, the cell can't function properly. That's where aging steps in. Cells become less efficient and more prone to errors. Scientists have discovered that lifestyle factors like stress, poor diet, and lack of exercise can speed up telomere shortening. But here's the good news. Healthy choices can slow that process down. Even if you're already over 70, it's not too late. Research suggests a balanced diet high in antioxidants. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, regular moderate exercise like walks or gentle yoga, and stress management, meditation, deep breathing can help preserve telomere length. Some studies even link optimism and social connection to healthier telomeres. A real-world example: Linda, 72, felt older than her years when she first retired. She was stressed, lonely, and her doctor noticed signs of early frailty. Then she read about how chronic stress might shorten telomeres. Determined to make a change, she began daily walks in the park, started volunteering at a community center, and practiced simple relaxation exercises before bed. Within months, her energy grew and her mood brightened. While she couldn't watch her telomeres grow in real time, her newfound vitality suggested her cells appreciated the effort. Think of telomeres like a small hourglass inside each cell. Some grains of sand will fall no matter what. Aging is natural, but you can slow that flow by choosing to nourish your body and calm your mind. And you don't have to figure out alone. Talk to a doctor or nutritionist for guidance, or find an exercise buddy in your neighborhood. Even those small steps can have big cellular benefits. Second, cellular senescence and senolytics. Out with the old. As we age, some cells become what scientists call senescent. These cells no longer function properly, but they hang around, releasing harmful signals that cause nearby cells to malfunction. It's a bit like having a cranky neighbor who complains about everything and spoils the mood on the block. These senescent cells promote inflammation, accelerate tissue damage, and contribute to many chronic diseases associated with aging. Here's the exciting part. Researchers have found compounds called senolytics, substances that help the body clear out these old, dysfunctional cells. While much of this research is still happening in labs or clinical trials, the early findings are promising. Some natural substances found in foods, like quercetin, found in apples, onions, and fisetin, found in strawberries, might have mild senolytic effects. Scientists are exploring specialized drugs, too, but for now, focusing on a diet with these naturally occurring compounds could be a gentle way to support healthy cell turnover. Why does this matter for someone over 70? Because clearing out old cells could reduce the background noise of inflammation and tissue damage in your body. It might translate into fewer aches and pains, better organ function, and more overall resilience. Consider Henry, 75, who noticed his joints felt sore most mornings. After reading about senescent cells, he began incorporating more foods high in quercetin, like apples and onions, into his diet. He also added more strawberries and tried to maintain a healthier weight. Over time, he reported feeling a bit less creaky and more energetic. This is just one person's story, but it reflects how small dietary tweaks can align with cutting-edge science. While the field of senolytics is still emerging, it's a hopeful area. Who wouldn't want to help their body get rid of the bad apples? And it's not just about fancy new drugs. It's about supporting your body's innate ability to renew itself. Third, chronic inflammation in the immune system, quelling the quiet fire. Ever had a low-grade fever that made you feel terrible, even though you weren't dramatically sick? That's somewhat like chronic inflammation, a subtle, ongoing immune response that can damage tissues, joints, and blood vessels over time. In older adults, this kind of silent inflammation has been linked to everything from heart disease and diabetes to Alzheimer's. Why does it happen? As we age, our immune system can become less accurate. It might overreact or fail to shut off properly, leading to persistent inflammation. Think of it as a security alarm that won't stop blaring. Over time, that constant alarm wears on the body. Researchers emphasize an anti-inflammatory lifestyle for longevity, which includes a diet full of omega-3 fatty acids, fatty fish like salmon or sardines, leafy greens, berries, nuts, and seeds. Regular, moderate activity like daily walks, gentle stretching, or even light dance classes helps too. Some people explore supplements like curcumin from turmeric because of its anti-inflammatory properties. But maybe the most overlooked factor? Sleep. Poor or fragmented sleep can magnify inflammation. Aiming for a consistent bedtime and creating a restful sleep environment can tame that chronic immune overdrive. Sure, it may feel trickier to get solid sleep as you get older, but even small wins, like limiting late evening caffeine or bright screens, may help. Let's talk about Barbara, 78, who dealt with relentless fatigue and minor joint aches. She discovered that her nighttime habits, watching TV in bed, sipping strong tea before sleep, were sabotaging her rest, fueling a cycle of exhaustion and inflammation. With small adjustments, decaf tea, a 20-minute TV cutoff, she noticed improvements in her aches and overall energy. It wasn't magic, just the body finally getting the chance to repair overnight. Think of chronic inflammation as a slow burn. Extinguishing it isn't about one single solution, but a set of daily habits that keep your immune system balanced. That's comforting because it means you can start anywhere, with your meals, your activity, or your sleep routine. And every little bit helps. Fourth, mitochondria and the energy of life. You might recall high school biology class, where they called mitochondria the powerhouses of the cell. These tiny structures generate most of the energy cells need to function. As you age, mitochondria can wear down or become less efficient, contributing to fatigue, weakness, and even vulnerability to diseases. Scientists studying longevity have focused intensely on how to keep mitochondria healthy. A few key factors emerge. Regular exercise, again, balanced nutrition, especially B vitamins and antioxidants, and avoiding toxins like cigarette smoke or excessive alcohol. Some studies also suggest that intermittent fasting, which we'll talk about soon, can prompt cells to recycle old, damaged mitochondria and make new, more efficient ones, a process called mitophagy. Without strong mitochondria, your muscles feel sluggish, your brain tires faster, and everyday tasks become harder. If you felt that midday energy crash or struggle to keep up with physical activities you once enjoyed, mitochondria might be part of the story. Consider Carol, 73, who found herself short of breath during short walks in her neighborhood. Her doctor ruled out heart issues and suggested focusing on gentle, consistent exercise and a diet that supports mitochondrial function. Carol started a routine of short but daily slow walks, gradually increasing her pace. She also boosted her protein intake slightly, added more colorful vegetables, and cut back on sugary treats. After a few months, she noticed she could tackle an extra loop around the block without feeling drained. Think of your mitochondria like a well-tuned car engine. Give them the right fuel, nutrient-rich foods. Take them for a spin, exercise, and avoid bad fuel or neglect. Even if you've got some mileage on you, it's surprising how your cells can bounce back when well cared for. Fifth, calorie restriction and intermittent fasting. Eating less, gaining more. Calorie restriction, eating slightly fewer calories than your body requires, has been a hot topic in longevity research for decades. Animal studies have shown that diets lower in calories can extend lifespan and delay age-related diseases. For humans, we don't have a definitive fountain of youth diet, but many experts believe moderate calorie restriction can help maintain a healthy weight, reduce inflammation, and support metabolic health. Intermittent fasting is another approach that's gained attention. It involves cycling between eating and fasting windows. Common methods include eating only within an 8-hour window each day or fasting for a full 24 hours once or twice a week. The science suggests that these short fasting periods might trigger cellular repair processes, including better mitochondrial function and improved insulin sensitivity. For someone in their 70s and looking to reach 100, these dietary strategies might help. But caution is key. You shouldn't drastically slash calories or try extreme fasting without consulting a healthcare provider, especially if you have medical conditions or take certain medications. A modest approach, skipping late-night snacks or extending the time between dinner and breakfast. Even a 12-hour fast from, say, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. can give your body time to rest and repair. Combine that with well-balanced meals, full of vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains, and you're on a promising path. Look at Ralph, 77, who was dealing with borderline high blood pressure and prediabetes. He felt overwhelmed by the idea of a diet, but after discussing with his doctor, he decided to try a simple pattern: finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and having breakfast no earlier than 7 a.m. He also trimmed portion sizes just a bit. Over several months, Ralph lost a little weight, saw better blood sugar numbers, and felt more energetic in the mornings. Not dramatic, but steady and beneficial. It's not about starvation or extremes. It's about allowing your body a gentle reset and preventing a continuous onslaught of calories that can disrupt metabolic processes. And hey, it might even make your mornings clearer and more focused. If you're curious, talk to a professional who understands your health status before making big changes. You want a plan that supports longevity, not one that leaves you feeling starved or weak. Sixth, genetics and epigenetics. You're not just a victim of your genes. You might hear the word genetics and think everything's predetermined. If your parents had certain conditions, you might assume it's your destiny too. But science says there's more to the story. Enter epigenetics, the study of how your environment and choices can switch genes on or off without changing the genetic code itself. In simpler terms, your genes carry instructions, but epigenetic factors determine how strongly those instructions get played out. Diet, stress, toxins, exercise, even social connections can all influence epigenetic markers. This means you have more control than you might think. You can't rewrite your DNA, but you can affect how it's expressed. For instance, let's say you have a family history of high cholesterol. You might be predisposed, but if you keep a healthy diet, stay active, and manage stress, you can dial down some of those genes that would otherwise raise your cholesterol. On the flip side, an unhealthy lifestyle can dial up harmful genes. Donna, 71, always believed she developed severe arthritis because her mother and grandmother did. But after learning about epigenetics, she realized she could reduce her risk. She incorporated gentle swimming sessions, added more anti-inflammatory foods like walnuts and salmon, and practiced occasional short fasts to help her body's repair mechanisms. While she still faces some joint stiffness, she's far more mobile and comfortable than she once feared she'd be. Your genetic story isn't just a locked door. Epigenetics is like a key that can open or close certain pathways. And it's not too late to try new things, whether it's diet changes, mindfulness, or a new exercise routine. Each improvement might shift your epigenetic profile in a positive direction. Seventh, the role of the gut microbiome, tiny allies for a longer life. Our final stop on this scientific journey might surprise you. The gut microbiome, which is essentially the community of trillions of bacteria living in your digestive tract. It may sound odd or even unappealing to think about, but these bacteria play a critical role in digestion, immune function, and even mood regulation. As you age, the diversity of your gut bacteria can decline, making you more susceptible to infections, inflammation, and nutritional deficiencies. Keeping that microbiome healthy can help you extract more nutrients from food, maintain a strong immune system, and ward off chronic inflammation that often comes with aging. What's the secret? A diet rich in fiber and fermented foods. Think yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, beans, and legumes help feed beneficial bacteria. Some folks also consider high-quality probiotics or prebiotics. But you don't need to overcomplicate it. The key is variety. By eating a colorful mix of fruits, veggies, and whole grains, you're already providing your gut microbes with the nourishment they need. Jerry, 74, dealt with constant bloating and frequent digestive upsets. His doctor recommended increasing fiber and adding probiotic-rich foods. Jerry started with a simple swap: white bread for whole grain bread, and added yogurt to his breakfasts. Over weeks, his digestion improved and he felt less sluggish. This gut-friendly routine also seemed to boost his overall energy, possibly because his body was absorbing nutrients more effectively. Never underestimate your gut's influence on how you feel each day. A healthier gut microbiome can lead to a stronger immune system, fewer digestive complaints, and even a better mood. That's a triple win. Putting it all together, your personal roadmap to 100 plus. We've covered a lot of ground: telomeres, cellular senescence, chronic inflammation, mitochondria, calorie restriction, genetics, and the gut microbiome. Think of each discovery as a piece of a puzzle. The completed picture? A life that isn't just longer, but richer. A life where you're not sidelined by exhaustion or age-related decline, but remain active, curious, and connected to the people and activities you love. It's normal to feel a bit overwhelmed at first. After all, these are big topics. But remember, longevity science doesn't ask you to become a new person overnight. You might start by choosing one area that resonates most. Maybe it's improving your sleep routine to reduce inflammation, or maybe it's trying a gentle form of intermittent fasting a couple times a week. Or you could experiment with adding more fiber and fermented foods for a happier gut. Small steps can lead to big transformations over time. Give your body and mind a chance to adapt at a pace that feels comfortable. Listen to feedback from your doctor, your body, and your loved ones. Aging gracefully and aiming for 100 is a worthy goal, but the journey there's just as important. Along the way, you'll hopefully find that you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. An example of a small but meaningful routine: consider something like this daily plan. Morning, wake up and do light stretches. Have a fiber-rich breakfast with fruit or oatmeal. Afternoon, prepare a lunch with plenty of veggies, maybe some fish for those healthy fats. Include a bit of onion or apple for natural senolytic support. Evening, finish dinner by early evening to allow a mild fasting window. Take a short walk or engage in simple yoga. Pre-bedtime, limit bright screens, practice brief relaxation, and get to bed at a consistent time. Over time, these habits can help maintain healthy telomeres, support gut bacteria, manage inflammation, and so much more. And if you find your motivation wavering, remember, every small act of self-care is a vote for a future where you stay independent, curious, and able to share precious moments with the people you love. And now, a friendly reminder: you've stayed with me this far, exploring everything from cell rejuvenation to the wonders of your gut's tiny allies. That's a big leap forward in understanding how to shape your longevity. If this video struck a chord, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and give it a like. We're dedicated to bringing you more insights, backed by the latest science and delivered in a way that's easy to follow and put into practice. Thank you for spending this time with us, and please share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Have you tried intermittent fasting? Upped your fiber intake? Maybe you're finding new ways to manage stress for healthier telomeres. Let us know what's working for you. And if you're eager for more practical tips to help you thrive after 70, then stick around and watch our other videos. Thanks for being with us. And here's to hoping we all find more joy, vitality, and better health each step of the way.